Hi, I'm glad to see that you're all set to begin stage 1 in Algebra Geometry section of GMAT. Now, Algebra Geometry are taught in two different courses in the e-GMAT course. Now, we recommend that you begin with Algebra and then you move on to Geometry. Now, as you go through the Algebra course, you will realize that each module in the course is a grouping of concept, application file and the associated practice file. So you first go through the concept file to learn the concept, and then you begin with the application files in the module. So think about an application file as a guided exercise, okay, in which you first solve question number 1 and then you review the solution of this question in detail, okay. Essentially what this allows you to do is this allows you to compare and contrast your approach versus the approach that has been explained in the solution, okay. So that's what this thing allows you to do. Just spell contrast, right? Contrast, okay. All right, now then what you do is you apply these learnings that you have from this exercise onto the next questions, the next question that follow, question number 2, and then you again review the solution of this question and then you repeat the process here, okay. So essentially as you apply these learnings to the subsequent questions in the file, what ends up happening is that your skill set to solve questions really gets enhanced, okay. And the more critical you are in this step of reviewing the solution, the more good learnings you will have from this exercise, and the more diligent you are over here to apply these learnings onto the following questions, the more your skill set will improve, okay. Now another very important thing to understand is when you are solving these questions, I do not want you to time yourself. Do not time yourself. Why? Because the goal over here is for you to learn the process as much as possible from these purpose-built files, and you will not be able to learn the process in the intended manner if you do these files in the timed environment. So do not time yourself. Do not waste these questions by solving these questions in a hurry. Now another very important point while solving quant questions is that do not be looking out for shortcuts to solve questions. Focus on the process that has been given to you in the file, in the application solution or in the regular solution, okay. Now let's take an example. Let's say you solve a question and you solve that question correctly by using, let's say, number substitution or plugging in numbers, okay. Now the solution instead utilized a different method, okay, a step-by-step method. Now at that point in time, I don't want you to ignore the solution just because you were able to solve the question correctly and just because you feel that your solution is a lot more efficient, okay. Why am I saying that? Yes, you were able to get the answer correctly, but your learnings from that question will not really help you with that higher order application of those concepts on questions that actually do require that same step-by-step process, okay. So at this point in time when you're learning, do not go for shortcuts, okay. Let the course teach you the step-by-step process so that you get to that higher percentile level so that you can carve out your own shortcuts, okay. So focus on the process, do things step by step. So to reiterate, you are starting with stage 1 for Algebra Geometry section, and you will begin with Algebra course. You'll go through the course and then you'll go through Scholaranium for cementing of the methods, and then you will do Geometry, first the course, and then you will do Scholaranium for cementing, okay. So with this, happy learning. Get started with your algebra course.